Call the meeting to order at 8:32. Roll call, please.
Stuart Scoglin.
Here.
Mike Valverde. Not here.
Okay. If you'll stand, and Parminder, if you would lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you. So, public comment. This is the time for any citizen to come forward to the podium and address the commission. Any issue not appearing on this agenda. Time may be regulated to 5 minutes. Did you all have, not now? Okay. Regular business. Members of the audience may speak in any item appearing on the agenda, but the commission may regulate the time allowed to speak to 5 minutes. So first on our agenda is our operating plan. Alicia?
Yes, so I just wanted to address that this is the revised agenda. Previously, I had issued out an agenda that had the facade grants on there, and then that was just me getting ahead of myself. So I was excited and was not aware that we have consultants kind of doing work in terms of evaluating the architectural design of downtown. So soon they will have suggestions that we can build off of. And I think it kind of makes sense to wait to hear back from them before we then charge with and roll out a program that doesn't have a uniform idea or design. So we will wait to hear back from the consultants, and then we can bring it back to the committee. So you guys will hear about the agenda item very soon. It's in the near future. It just doesn't make sense to talk about it for this July meeting. So I put operating plan on the discussion because you guys identified 3 kind of goals in terms of marketing the downtown, rolling out a website, and it was community engagement was the 3rd one.
I know we talked about parking.
Okay, so just for my understanding, I wanted to get a sense of the timeline, right? We have the $25,000, and out of those, I believe 23, right? Because there was 1,250 for the contingency fund. So it was, I think the number was 23,000 that we actually have allocated for spending for this year. Does everybody have a copy? I have it in front of me, but I think it's the bid management manual. Is that the title of the document?
Had so much paperwork and documentation. Could you maybe email that to all of us? That would be
go ahead
great.
and do that. But I just wanted to get a better understanding so that I can start looking into costs in terms of website. So I've had just doing some research. The website can cost us anywhere between a couple thousand to $5,000 to $7,000 if we want a whole entire website. So that's something to take into consideration. I was talking to Amy, and I was kind of considering, okay, if we're going to have content for the bid, we need some photos of downtown. So possibly hiring a photographer. Is that something?
Is doing the website. The social media part?
Not yet. I just have that written down as one of your goals, a website.
It seems like direct traffic to the website, but people are the Facebook profile. That would give us a lot more talk about his business. What's where the downtown. A lot more
And I agree. I feel like more so when you're researching, I start my research in social media. That's kind of what I do. So is it that we want to roll out with social media for the next 4 to 5 months and then we can revisit a website expense then?
Yeah, I think instead of spending a lot of money on a website right now, we should maybe use that money to do something for downtown.
Okay.
If we can start promoting the businesses, the operators behind it.
Yes.
It'd be nice to then drive the traffic to those businesses, because I think a lot of people don't know that.
So could we get a motion to maybe open up social media on each one of those platforms?
To prioritize Instagram and Facebook. Start promoting the local business.
I'll second that.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
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 All those opposed? Motion passes. So then when do we want to revisit the website? Is that something we want to revisit in 6 months, 4 months?
Why don't we look at it maybe about 3 months down the road and see what we've been able to do in that amount of time?
The handling of the social media. Some people, I have a couple of people in mind that I use. In the stuff. And relatively inexpensive.
Okay.
Gathering content, then launching it, steady, consistent time. That's the biggest thing with the algorithm.
Yes.
Is that something you could do to start out, Alicia? That way and once it gets going, maybe we'll attract more people that would like to help out and maybe take that, off of your plate. But in the beginning, if you could help, that would be great.
Yeah, is it something you guys want to keep internal or kind of like get a freelancer on board? What's the general consensus?
Gonna cost money, right? Okay, so I wonder how much that's gonna cost. I have no idea.
Probably.
Yeah,
I think, again, our money needs to go where the bid has directed it to bring business to downtown. I don't know. What do you all feel?
I think promoting the downtown through Instagram, just from my own personal experience with my own real estate stuff. The more you promote, the more I get on your business.
Yeah, I think it's directly related to getting businesses in downtown in front of people, and it is directly related to getting people into the downtown, the marketing of the social media. However, if maybe for the first month or two, we want to keep it internal and then we figure out that's not working, Alicia's content is garbage, let's get a freelancer in here.
I can ask my guys if they're willing to do some stuff for us, just to give us I'll cover it, it's not a big deal, just to create some content so we start off.
Okay.
And just hand it to you and then you can upload.
Okay. Okay, awesome. So then there's no expenses related to social media right now. Unless you guys wanted to set aside some money for social media marketing, but then we can revisit that in the August meeting after we've kind of rolled out the handles and the social media. What do we want to name the handles? Is it Selma Downtown Bid? Selma Bid?
I think we absolutely need to have bid in the title so that people know what we're doing and who we are.
how about having downtown in there as well? That way they know what our focus is on.
Why don't we just call it the downtown bid? And I mean, that's really what it is. And people maybe will adopt that, get used to it. And when we're out there, they'll actually know who we are and what we're doing.
Yeah, I think location is super important. So I will play with Selma downtown and Selma bid, some combination of those 3 words. See what's available. And then we will move on from there.
Okay.
Once I get those social media established, I will email you all the handles so that you guys can see the page and follow it on your own personal social medias. So right now, we'll start with Instagram and Facebook. Okay. Does anybody have any questions? Nope. Okay.
We will move on to our budget for 23-24. Alicia?
So that was kind of right, we're picking up the conversation right where we left it. I think our goal was to have a budget in paper by August, and that's already next month. So it doesn't look like we want to spend any money on a website now. But are there any other expenses in terms of newsletters, perhaps, or events that we're going to promote the downtown bid? Maybe a rollout event? Or the development of a logo. That's another one that came to mind.
Yeah, we should have a logo, absolutely. But maybe sending out information about a future event. And I think thank you. I think our next agenda item, partnership, we can kind of discuss what we might be able to do. A partnership for an event coming up. I don't know if you want to talk about that right now.
Yeah, we can roll right into it.
So I know you were at our Business Alliance meeting and we talked about an event. I believe it was August 18th.
I think it was the 11th. Maybe it was the 18th.
Sorry.
I thought it was the 11th.
Okay. I thought my notes said 18th, but maybe I'm wrong on that. So when I entered it on the website, I said the 18th. So if that's not right, we need to change that. But our partnership would be with the Business Alliance and possibly the Chamber to do an event in downtown Selma. So that might be a great way to introduce the bid to the public.
I think in terms of getting the bid promoted, what kind of collateral or what kind of message are we going to be? What is our call to action for the event? Is it come to our meetings? Is it?
Well, I think the purpose is to showcase downtown. And hopefully some of those merchants will stay open and participate. And I think we've talked about doing some drawings where they actually have to go into the store to claim their prize. So hopefully that would draw business to downtown.
Okay, so is there any action at this time in terms of the role that the bid will play in that partnership or in that event? Is there a motion?
Well, I think we would definitely need to have a booth and maybe some material to hand out so people know who we are and what we're doing and why we're doing or partnering in this event.
Okay, so building collateral. Yes.
I agree. And it's just getting the businesses to buy into these events and getting them to actually stay open. And that will, is a challenge, has been, and probably will always be. But I think if they can come to realize that the bid, the business alliance, the chamber, that is our purpose, is to promote downtown and bring business in and showcase downtown Selma. But again, that has its challenges. But if there's enough of us working on that, I think that we can gain some ground.
Okay, yeah, I was just trying to get a clear path to victory. Are we engaging our stakeholders, right? Our business owners or the customers to come in? So I think the goal is both, right? It's a two-pronged approach. We want to engage our stakeholders. We want the businesses to stay open for the event, but also we want people to come to downtown to visit those businesses. So maybe does that look like having the bid go talk to, like, once we have the collateral built out, maybe it's a trifold, maybe it's a brochure. Do we go and visit those businesses and let them know, hey, we are the bid. Here's a name to the face. Here's our social media. Follow it. We can maybe then schedule time to come get content with them. Absolutely.
And I think advertising and maybe giving them a flyer about the event. And, sometimes it's not all about talking to the owner of the business, but maybe the person that's kind of their cheerleader. I know that when the chamber sells ride tickets for the carnival, there are a couple of girls at a couple of different businesses that they promote that. They make flyers. They really go after that. So, it's not always talking to the owner.
Mhm.
So we might see who those people are in various businesses.
Mhm. But I think we identify them, right, by talking to them. So that's going to take time and it's going to take collective effort. Do we have that kind of commitment that we can make to visit the businesses in downtown? Okay, so I have a list of all the bids that are or the businesses that are in the bid. It's a lengthy list. From then maybe I'll email it to you guys and we'll find a way to best divide it so we can divide and conquer. Okay, but before that, we have to get that collateral down. And in terms of the event, Shar, do you guys have an event flyer yet? Okay.
We actually are meeting on, oh no, that's wrong event. Never mind. No, not yet.
Okay. When you have that, will you email it to the group?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Okay.
What event is that? In August?
It's Friday night downtown.
Okay.
The event they did in the park, Lincoln Park, back on June 17th or 16th, Friday night. I think it was the 16th. Basically the same thing, but now only downtown.
Okay.
Alrighty. So does anybody have any more questions or discussions about partnerships?
In terms of trying to get.
We have 2 open seats right now. Yes. Yes. Wait, is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Mike's not here, so that's 2 open seats. So it's a 7. Yeah, there's room for 7 on the committee. And I know I've sent out 1 application and I owe another person an application. I just got their email yesterday.
Did you receive the other one from?
Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah. There's an application out to those guys. Yes. Yes. Awesome. Does anybody else have any updates or anything they'd like to? I know I'd like to get some clarification. Are we maybe beginning research on a logo? So then trying to think about tangible actions that I can have ready for the August meeting. I will bring you guys maybe different vendors or different consultants that can do a logo, and then we can decide on who to go with for the August meeting. Awesome. Okay.
Have a tagline.
Yeah. Some kind of call to action, some kind of slogan.
I think a lot of people don't really know what BID stands for. Selma bid. They look at you like, what is that? You know, so I don't know. Business Improvement District is probably a lot to put around the logo, but I think somehow we need to be able to explain what the bid is. Idea. Fluttered.
Read right past it. Okay. Maybe that's a team action, brainstorm a tagline, and then we'll come back with. Should we make it a goal that everybody comes up with too? Okay.
Pressure's on.
Yes. And we can get feedback from the public too on those taglines. Alrighty. Any questions on any of the 3 items we just discussed?
If you think of something that you might want on the agenda, please let Alicia know so she can get that
Yes.
out for August. Okay. Any other comments? Now is the time. Public, do you have any comments? Nope. Okay.
Does anybody know anybody or have any contacts for a logo that we might want to research or look into first? Logo development? No. Okay, yeah. If you guys can think of anybody, we can start our search there. I was just wondering, maybe we can go with somebody. Okay. Okay, that's a good. Okay, perfect. That'll be where I start my research. Awesome.
Okay. If there's nothing else, then we are adjourned at 8:55.